So, have you been thinking about how do I stay on top? How do I get on top? How do I get my mojo back? How do I get, my vibe and all of that back? Been thinking any of that, feeling any of that, it's understandable because we're in the fourth quarter. But guess what? Games can be won and they can be lost in the fourth quarter. We're excited to have you here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, episode 744, where our topic is tap into your staying power. Don't you move. We'll be right back after this quick intro. We're excited to have you here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We'll be right back.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. We appreciate you that are listening and checking us out live on our various streaming platforms. Hey to YouTube, hey to LinkedIn, hey to Facebook, hey all over the World Wide Web. And we can't leave out those of you that check out the podcast version over on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and Spotify. Listen, don't just hang out. Just subscribe so that way you don't miss any of our segments. And if you're watching on YouTube, we know that you like the content from both of the channels that this is appearing on. So subscribe to both of our channels, which is a great segue to chat about our guest today, who's hanging out in the virtual green room. So I invite you, as you are watching, as you are coming on in, and even if you're checking out the replay, the recording of this session, we invite you to make a comment and let us know that you stopped by and that you stopped in. And so let's jump right on in. We do also want to let you know that this segment is brought to you by I am so super excited. You all know this is just one of those things that I just gotta talk to you about. Certainly our 8th annual event, the Platform Builders Summit. Literally today marks exactly 30 days out. So November 8th and 9th here in the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. A couple more tickets are available. So jump over to platformbuildersummit.com, or if you're hanging out at sharvette.com, which is the main website for the show, you are able to grab a seat and join us. You see, we got the deck stacked here with amazing women, and it is going to be amazing. So you don't want to miss that at all. And again, shout out to YouTube. Thank you, Roberto. Thanks for being there. Kim and Deborah and Marilyn. Thank you so much as always. All right, so let's jump on in again. Episode 744, tap into your staying power. And I am telling you what, Andromeda is here with us. Andromeda Raheem is a certified master life coach, 2-time published author, motivational speaker, the founder of She Wins Society, and a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. She's dedicated her life to empowering women to shift into a winning mindset, really prioritizing self-care, cultivating meaningful connections, and investing in their personal development, really with the goal of really having the highest level of success in their lives and in their careers. And her thought-provoking and life-transforming messages are shared on social media and have attracted over 100,000 women. Listen, just jump over to her Instagram account. The money is there. The numbers are there. You can see it all there. And certainly her ultimate life's goal is to fulfill her divine purpose and leave an inspiring legacy that will positively impact current and future generations of women and their families. Coming up to the mic live on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Andromeda Raheem joins us. Put your hands together and clap it up. Clap, 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 clap it up. Hey there, hey there. We're glad to have you.
Hey, sis. Hey, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for that awesome introduction.
Oh, we are so excited. Listen, the YouTube chat is warmed on up. Hey, girl. Hey to my mom. Listen, she's always going to be hanging out with us and my sisters. And listen, I can guarantee a set number of listeners, but certainly shout out to all those that are watching. And so I'd love to just jump right on in because, you've built like this incredible platform through She Wins Society and really empowering like thousands of women. But what sparked your journey into life coaching?
Honestly, it was, I got into life coaching without realizing I got into life coaching. How about that?
Okay.
I was on my own personal journey of improving myself. And so I just wanted to share with other women the things that I had learned along the way, which ultimately led me to creating my very first course, which was called 30 Days to Becoming an Empowered Woman. And so what I did was I took women through a journey of 30 days worth of assignments, lessons, group calls, text messages. I even would send them a special gift every week that was in alignment with what we talked about that week. And so through that course, I was able to attract like women from all over the world. I mean, I'm talking about women from like Iran were joining this course, and I was getting so much good feedback about it. And then I realized to myself, like, okay, you're onto something here. Like, I think this is life coaching, right? And so a couple of years later, I went into actually go get my certification for life coaching.
Wow. And here we are. And as I mentioned over on, Instagram, tons of followers. And so certainly a community of over 100,000 women. What do you think continues to draw them to your platform?
I think it's my relatability. Like, I have never been afraid to talk about the vulnerable things, the real life experiences that we have as women. Yeah. And so I think that is what makes women be attracted to me and the messages that I share. Like, when I have a lot of women say like, I needed this right now. Like, I needed to see this message, right? Or I have women that say like, I'm so grateful for your transparency because there are things that you share that I've not seen anywhere else, right? Like when you think about find your tribe, a lot of times those are the people who, when you send out a message, they are vibrating on your frequency. They're experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing, or they are going to or have already, right? And so it's just relatability, I think.
Yeah. And I feel like people are definitely looking for that in this age of AI, right? Where you don't know, did you write it? Did they is this their voice? And so that authenticity, definitely people are absolutely looking forward to and looking for them. And so, so many distractions in today's world, trying to focus on long-term goals, really can be challenging. And so with our topic today, tap into your staying power. I think the timing of this is amazing. Fourth quarter, just at the beginning of the fourth quarter, people might be looking back like, I had these resolutions in January, didn't actually quite hit it, feeling some type of way. And so first, let's start off like, how do you define, or what does it mean to you when you say staying power?
So I'm going to give you a perfect example because I actually experienced something today that made me say, okay, are you going to tap into your staying power? So I went to the gym, right? And I actually did not feel like going to the gym today, right? Most of us don't feel like going when we go, but I pushed myself to go. And then when I got there, I realized like, for whatever reason, my phone didn't charge in my car. So my battery's like at 18%. And I'm like, am I going to be able to get through a workout at 18%?
Without listening to music,
right? I got to listen to music, right? So then there's an excuse number one, like, okay, am I just going to be like, forget this? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave. So then I leave out the gym. And well, let me say this. It's a specific machine I wanted to get on. And in the gym, there's like 4 of them available. At the time when I showed up, they're all empty, right? So then I say, well, let me go get my USB cord because maybe I can just plug it in to the machine and listen then. But then I got to my car and realized I got that iPhone. So the new USB, it's not going to fit into the machine. Dang it. Okay, let me just go and get in this workout as much as I can get in before my phone dies on me. I walk back into the gym. Why is every machine now filled? Just that quick.
Ooh.
I'm like, okay, so what is this? Now my battery's dying. The machine I wanted to get on is no longer available. I'm standing there for a second, like, okay, what are you going to do, Andromeda? Like, I have two choices. I can now say, okay, everything's working against me. I just need to get in my car and go home. Today is not the day. Or am I just going to now adjust, right? And when I decided, okay, I'm going to get on the treadmill instead. I'm going to run my mile, and I am going to just do what I can do while I'm here until my battery dies. Turns out that my battery lasted the entire workout. I worked out for an hour. I still had 10% when I left the gym, right? I got in a good workout, and I was glad that I did it. So for me, staying power is the ability to experience these ebbs and flows, for your plans to change and you still be able to be flexible with those plans, for you not to give yourself a way out or an excuse out of doing something that you know you need to do, that you want to do to make your life better.
Oh, I know there either are some ouches or some amens. There are some ouches or there's some amens. So if you're listening live or listening later, type ouch or type amen. So thinking back to the times where we gave ourselves excuses, because some people, if they didn't even have a way to charge their phone, they would have been like, all right, workout, that's a sign, no workout today, or whatever. I think that also demonstrates that we have an assumption that the way that conditions are now, that they will continue to be that way. Yes. And that is actually an arrogant assumption on our part. So look, I see you in the comments, Sean saying, listen, we get amens. We get amens. We get amen. Those, and we got male listeners saying amens to that. And so, it's a lot going on these days, fast paced, certainly we have a lot of listeners that are entrepreneurs, business owners and all. And, people many people just tend to give up. Like consistency is not a thing. It seems like anymore. And so what advice do you have for people that are struggling? I want to stay consistent. I want to continue to, to tap in to my staying power. But I'm struggling with that. What do you say to that listener or viewer?
Okay, so here's the thing. I think that one, you have to give yourself grace, because I think that for some of us, we can get into this groove of we're being consistent and we're doing all the things. And then something that happens, right? Either you get sick or some type of life struggle comes up and you fall off track. Give yourself grace to get back on track. It's okay that you fell off. That's number one. Number two is to keep reminding yourself of your why in the bigger picture, right? Yeah. If you don't remain consistent, if you don't see this through, what is the alternative? What is life going to look like for you? I always say that we always know what life looks like doing what we've always done. If you don't like the way life looks doing what you've always done, it is your responsibility to do something different. So when if you struggle with discipline, if you struggle with being consistent, push yourself outside of this comfort zone that you're in so that you can actually create the life that you want. But you have to do the work.
And work. As they say, there's no skirting around, that, right? And certainly no skirting around that. And so as we think about mindset shifts, because I know you're big on that and working with your community, and really habits that women in particular need to adopt to tap into their staying power. What do you say related to mindset, or things that people need to, common things that they need to, habits they need to create in this space?
Well, so the first habit that I think that is so necessarily when it comes to women and us maintaining a winning mindset is self-care. Because your body is going to respond to how you're treating it, right? Yeah. I don't know that we always really appreciate the fact that the thoughts that are going through our mind have a lot to do with the food that we're eating, right? Yeah. The amount of rest that we're getting, right? Yes. Those things have an effect. Just if you have time we all have time, create a food journal and really take time to think, when I eat these foods, how does it make me think, right? What kind of energy does it give me? I can say I'm totally guilty. I am lactose intolerant. I am gluten intolerant. And I have my moments, y'all, when I go and decide I'm gonna eat that stuff anyway. And so now what happens is that I'm drained. I don't have any energy. My brain is foggy. I can't do the things I need to do. I can't show up for my business the way that I want to. And then I'm reminded of why it is that I need to not eat those things, right? Yeah. Also, self-care in the sense of taking time to write positive affirmations, taking time to write what you're grateful for, taking time to move your body, taking time to do things that refill your cup, right? That bring you joy. Because when it comes to, again, your mindset, all of that plays a part. You are your first cheerleader and motivator, right?
Yeah.
So you have to first take care of you to make sure that again, your mind is operating and functioning the way that it should, right? And then understanding what mindset actually is. Your mindset is your set of beliefs. So you have to ask yourself, whenever you have a thought, is that thought in alignment with the goals that I'm trying to reach, right? Is this belief that I have, is this actually serving me? Is this going to lead me in the direction that I want to go? And if the answer is no, then it's up to you to then get into a habit of creating new belief systems. And how do you do that? You start to say things like positive affirmations, right? You start to say, I am wealthy, I am capable, I am beautiful, I am brilliant, I am supported, I am loved. You start to repeat those things to yourself over and over again. And then you also take the action to show yourself that those things are possible, which again comes into those things we talked about, being consistent. If you're saying to yourself that I want to make more money, then you have to actually do the work so that you can find out that that's actually possible for you. What does that mean? Do you need to take some classes? Do you need to show up to some events? Do you need to invest in yourself? What do you need to do in order to make that a reality? But it's really just getting into this space of deciding that you want to live a certain kind of way. And in order to do that, you not only have to be healthy, but you have to believe that it's possible for you.
Believe that it's possible for you. Tap into your staying power here. Andromeda Raheem is with us. If you're just coming on in to episode 744, we're glad to have you. Certified Master Life Coach, 2-time published author, motivational speaker, and founder of She Wins Society. Shout out to any She Wins Society members that will watch live or later, and certainly over on Instagram. Now I know people will say, "How did you grow your following on Instagram?" Which you alluded to earlier, but listen, being authentic, and you sound like you also gave value to your audience. But She Wins Society. First, how did you come up with that name?
Okay, so a little short backstory. My platform was first called Women by Choice. And on that platform, that was me sharing a lot of messages about me learning that being a woman was more than just a matter of age. It was a choice to take responsibility for my health, happiness, and success. And that began with a blog. And I actually used Instagram to bring people to my blogs. I would just share excerpts from the blogs that I was posting. And so then that just turned into me every day, I'm just sharing tons of messages, anything that came to my mind and heart about personal development and personal growth. And then 5 years in, I reached burnout. This is why I've learned the value of self-care. I reached burnout because as a newer entrepreneur, full-time in it, I was doing all the things, right? I was in hustle mode. I was doing the overnighters.
Coming up for that.
Yeah, I was doing the overnighters. I wasn't getting any sleep. I was traveling. I was doing all the things that I wanted to do. People were inviting me to come speak at their events. I was traveling around the country to speak at events. I was hosting my own events. All this things looked great, but I wasn't taking time for me. And so I decided to rebrand to She Wins Society for 2 reasons. One, I wrote a book. I wrote a book called She Wins in 2016. And so I decided to, when I rebranded, to make that part of my book, part of my brand, rather, just make this the whole thing from She Wins book to She Wins Society. But She Wins Society was a rebrand based off of me realizing that winning is more than just, again, hosting the events, even just having sisterhood with other women. Winning is also taking that time to focus on yourself, taking that time to practice self-care, taking that time to fill up your cup so that you can be the best sister and businesswoman that you can be. And so I wanted to create a space within She Wins Society for women to do all of those things, to create a sisterhood with one another, but also to focus on personal growth and also to focus on self-care. So that's where She Wins Society came from.
Oh, right. And shewinsociety.com on your screen there, shewinsociety.com. If you're listening to the podcast version, look down below in the show notes, If you're listening to the radio, talk radio version, look down below in the show notes and you connect very easily right there. And so Instagram, how can people follow you on social media?
They can follow me at She Wins Society, as you have there on Instagram. She Wins Society is also on Facebook. I don't really do Twitter too much, or X, or whatever it is now. And also my personal page is Andromeda.wins on Instagram.
All right, there you go. And so that winning mindset certainly is like a thread, like a common thread throughout your whole entire brand. And when people get that winning mindset, there's like almost something like revolutionary, right? That happens because I always say around hope, if people don't have hope, they feel hopeless. Mm-hmm. And so it's almost like if you don't have a winning mindset, then you losing, and that's not a good place to be in. And so what are services that you offer, or if people are saying, hey, I'd love to work with you, what are things that you all provide that they could connect with?
Well, so I have a coaching class, or a mindset class. I'll just call it a mindset class, called the Mindset Reset Masterclass, which is available to be purchased on shewinsociety.com. And so in that class, I actually go through the steps that you can take to reset your mindset, right? If you've just been stuck in this place of stinking thinking, of scarcity, of not being able to believe in yourself, I help you to take the steps to actually reset your mindset. And it actually works because I've had to do it myself. Okay.
Because this level, this is not like when you get to a certain level that this is, it is all levels. I was literally to this point where you're talking about a client who was interacting with a surgeon, and the surgeon was talking about how she still had imposter syndrome. So it's all levels. I just wanted to throw that nugget in there.
Oh yeah. It never, I don't think it ever stops for us, just because of the world that we live in. We're constantly send messages or having experiences that make us question our worth. Right. So, or make us doubt ourselves, or make us doubt what we're capable of. So yeah, it never ends. You have to be in a constant daily practice of staying in a winning mindset. Also, I offer, currently, the She Wins Society membership community is not currently open to join, but it will be soon. So you can find out more about that at shewinsociety.com. We're actually hosting an event, the She Wins Conference and Awards, that's happening actually around the same time as your event.
We're winning.
Right, great minds. This happening in Atlanta, though. What else? Oh, we host self-care retreats. So every year we host our 7th annual Relax, Relate, Release Cruise Retreat. Also, we have different retreats that happen seasonally as well, so you can keep your eye out for that. We hosted our first Romanticize Your Life retreat back in June, which was a really good time. And these also offer you opportunities to connect with other women while refilling your cup, getting that self-care in. So we have multiple opportunities, like I said, from membership to events to retreats, to also classes and coaching services that help you to win in life and in business.
Wonderful. There you go. And again, if you're saying, hey, I missed some of that, if you're hanging out at Sharvette.com, just look down below in the show notes. All of the connection points are there. And so as we think about here in episode 744, tap into your staying power. What are final kind of thoughts that you want to say, related to this and really helping people kind of finish the year strong? Because games can be won. They also can be lost in the fourth quarter, but they can be won. Ask any Super Bowl team. They can be won in the fourth quarter. So tapping in, tap into your staying power. What are your final kind of comments around this?
I want to say this, that whatever goal that you have in mind to reach, whatever vision you have that you would like to manifest, understand that challenges are normal. Obstacles are normal. You're going to experience ebbs and flows, ups and downs, highs and lows, peaks and valleys, right? Yeah. The goal, though, is for you to understand that there is greater on the other side of those challenges, of those obstacles. And so tapping into your staying power is really, truly doing a few things. Tapping into your faith, right? Because I don't believe that you can get anything done without faith, right? It's truly believing in what you cannot see. So even though the weapons are forming, right?
Yeah.
You are not going to allow them to defeat you because you know that they will not prosper. You know that part of this challenge also in some way is helping to strengthen you. It's helping to prepare you for what you've been praying for. It is, I say two things. Either the challenge is preparing you for that place, or God is preparing that place for you. That delay is not an excuse to give up. Tap into your staying power. And this is really specific for this time that we're living in right now. We're having a lot of economical issues. If you are an entrepreneur, you're definitely probably seeing some of those, issues affecting your business. Don't give up. Don't be so quick to just release or let go of your harvest, right? You've sown the seeds. You've sown the seeds. The harvest is coming. And one of the scriptures that I hold on to very dearly is do not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. That's tapping into your staying power. Don't faint. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Even if it looks like all hope is lost. Keep moving forward. There's always a way. There's always another door that has opened. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. And again, that looks like tapping into your faith, right? Yeah. That looks like when a door closes, looking around to see which one has opened. That looks like when you get frustrated, when you're anxious, when you're tired, take your stresses, your worries to God and leave it at his feet. And then last, but certainly not least, release your attachment to the outcome. I think that what gets a lot of us is the fact that when we go forward with a plan and things don't work out the way we expected, then that's when we get discouraged. Release your attachment to the outcome, knowing that, again, whatever that challenge is, whatever that obstacle is, it has a purpose. And if you choose to stay focused, remain steadfast in your purpose, be obedient to what God has called you to do, it will work out for you. Tap into your staying power.
Listen, you made me do this because you just talked about harvest and Andromeda on Sunday. Shout out to my pastor, Bishop Joel Vincent Brown. Let me just confirm this. Amos 9:13. Yes, indeed, it won't be long now. God's decree. Things are going to happen so fast, your head will swim. This is the Message Bible. Your head will swim. One thing fast on the heels of the other. You won't be able to keep up. Everything will be happening at once. And everywhere you look, blessings like wine pouring off the mountains and the hills. He also talked about the scripture that the reaper is going to be the harvest is coming in as fast as the reaper. It's all coming in together. So I just had to throw that out. Listen, we just went to Bible study. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We live and in living color, and we can do what we want to do over here. So that's so good. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, what continues to motivate you? The goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
Really, my desire to leave a lasting impact in the world. Like, I want my name to be remembered in a positive way. I want to know that when I leave this world, I have positively impacted the lives of others. And I want to please God. So when I do meet him, I want to be able to say, I showed up, I showed out, I used what you gave me, I strive to do my best. And so that is what motivates me.
All right. Well said. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. And shout out to all of your viewers and listeners. I know we are multi-streaming in a couple places. So thank you for that. And we will just continue to keep our eye on you and just wishing you much more continued blessings and success.
Thank you so much, Sharvette. I truly appreciate you having me here.
You are quite welcome. Wow. Amazing show. And our time is gone. So thank you so much for being here, listening live or listening later, watching live or watching later. We thank you so much for being here as a part of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. I am Sharvette Mitchell, the founder of Mitchell Productions, which is a marketing and professional development firm. Also radio host, 7-time visionary author for book collaborations, and certainly conference host, 8-time conference host coming up. This will be our 8th conference. And we are so excited. Just appeared today, earlier today, if you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, we were on CBS 6 Virginia this morning, chatting about one of our community projects. And so we'll be sharing more about that. But again, personal reminder that you are invited to join us. Just a couple more tickets available for the Platform Builders Summit, which is my 8th event that is happening here in the city of Richmond. Platformbuildersummit.com. You can jump over there. You can see all of our speakers there. We have bios and blogs, I should say, for each one of our speakers, so you can see their sessions, their session descriptions, and information about them, and also go ahead and start connecting with them. Matter of fact, one of my clients said, hey, I was looking at the website for the Platform Builder Summit, and I started writing down questions for each of the guests. I think that is so brilliant. That's such a brilliant way to think about it when you're going to any type of event. So we have sessions on certainly marketing, branding, that's our bread and butter. But listen, we got sessions on government contracts. We have sessions on grants. We have sessions for a nonprofit. We have sessions on mindset. So all of that you're going to experience at the Platform Builder Summit. So a few more seats are available. Official countdown, 30-day countdown has officially started as of today. Thank you so much. All right, it's a wrap. I'm getting out of here. Thank you so much for those that are here. Thank you, Kim, to my sister, Kim. Yes, thank you so much to our guests. Thank you. We appreciate all of you for being here. And we'll see you all later on the World Wide Web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m. interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.